The American markets have been in an ongoing battle with China, between self-proclaimed stable genius President Trump battling China's markets with tariffs, and now with the entertainment industry also tangling with censorship to appease the government. The current relationship between the two countries shows signs of a very unstable relationship. In this video, we will discuss the issues of the Chinese government's invisible foot, how it affects the entertainment market, and what would be a solution for American companies to take to circumvent the censorship issue, as well as opportunity costs for going alternate routes. The NBA recently have come under fire from both the Chinese government as well as from fans from around the world, with China already dealing with democracy issues in Hong Kong. Having an entertainment giant like the NBA and their players or managers speak their mind about the issue further while holding events already within China. The NBA wants to hopefully hold their ground while China deals with their own censorship issues. If the NBA keeps a working relationship with China, they will continue the profit margins they are hoping for with the Asian market. Since most of Nike and Reebok and Adidas have production in China, their product costs are less and able to attain more profit from sales on the clothing and brand in general. When China condemns an entity like the NBA, the whole country cannot participate in that market, as the invisible foot will come down on them and destroy their social credit or their lives, whichever comes first. In the gaming market, developer juggernaut Activision Blizzard are also under backfire from both ends of the market in a similar situation where players are showing disdain for the current situation in Hong Kong. Like the NBA, China is a huge market for games, as there's millions alone that will play them from leisure to professional. The esports league is a major profiting factor to the gaming company Blizzard, as they produce not just the games to buy, but merchandising to go along with it. Views online are also important, as ad revenue is the biggest player in this situation. When someone streams in China while winning a tournament and then quotes "Free Hong Kong," the companies broadcasting in China will be forced to pull out of that situation, thus affecting Blizzard's views. When the company is attempting to stop the money bleeding on the China end, the free world end is starting to protest their own rights to speech. As such, many video gamers and other companies have called for protests of the company's continued kissing butt, so to speak, to the communist regime in China. When people cancel their monthly subscriptions to games such as World of Warcraft and purchases of future games such as Call of Duty, Overwatch, and Hearthstone, then Blizzard will have future losses in other markets. As you can see in this selfie, I'm canceling my Blizzard account. Apple may have the biggest stake in this situation. They reportedly bring in $44 million a year in revenue from the country, and is number 3 in the top grossing countries for Apple. Their recent censoring came from the App Store. Protesters had to use a police location app to help mitigate where to keep protesting and resisting the physical backlash that China and their police/military brought to them. Once they pulled the apps, the resistance had less advantage in keeping up with protests. Their reasoning was internal, as they didn't want protesters to be able to attack the police. As you can see, here's a picture of me with the rioters. I also winked in that in case you didn't get the gist. The problem in this whole market situation with China, and this is the only place where it's happening, by the way, is that the freedom of speech and democracy isn't happening with the Chinese government. Hong Kong is fighting for representation. The resistance is fighting for the freedom of expression and speech. The Chinese government owns stakes in the companies that run in the country, as well as control the national television channels. As you can see from this illustration I made, here's a picture of Jinping as Winnie the Pooh. If these companies want to keep international market growth while also appeasing the masses, then maybe they focus attention on other countries for potential revenue growth. They see China as the best profit situation short term. but long term they may isolate the other markets they want to keep a hold in. Playing nice to the Chinese government won't do that. They want foreign markets. They need to look at other potential markets surrounding China, such as Taiwan and India, where both would benefit from market inclusion. India is rising fast in population numbers alone, and Taiwan faces similar situations where they want representation and freedom, and not just be a part of China. These American freedom corporations and entities need to produce into these markets, and while it may momentarily strain their relationships to China, can long-term hurt their economy enough to have to be included back without the censorship or restrictions on the end of the importing company. That was my video. Thank you for watching.